So hey guys, welcome or welcome back to our channel. We are back with episode number 4 of this IPL auction review series. Now on the menu today we have two extremely volatile sides of the IPL. One in a very good way, which is KKR, and the other in a not so good way, which is the Punjab Kings. So Pratik, I think let's start with the defending champions, Kolkata Knight Riders. What are your initial thoughts on the squad?
KKR have built a very strong team, I guess, and they retained the right players and for the right amounts, maybe because of the auction rules, the retention rules, some extra money was deducted, but I think they retained the core that won them the title last year. And on top of it, they bought back most of the players that were there in the title winning side. And I see only two changes from the starting 11 that played the final. So that is a very good thing to do. Means KKR have done a very
Extremely.
good job on the auction table. I think only the captain Shreyas Iyer and Mitchell Starr, these two people miss out. But the problem is that these two people were most influential in those two games. One at
And
Ahmedabad,
Phil Salt.
in both the games
And,
against SRH.
and Phil Salt.
Especially, yeah, Phil Salt. Yeah, Phil Salt was anyways not a part of the final two games, but anyways
Okay,
he had a
okay.
very
Okay.
big
Okay.
impact on in the season. So, okay, the three players you can say. But even 8 out of 11 players of the defending team, if you have retained, that's a very good thing. Very positive sign. Not
Yes.
8, other 9 out of 12, because they have got the impact sub guy as well, who bowled really well for them uh, in the with the new ball along with Stark. Even in fact, he was better. Baba Varvara was better compared to Mitchell Stark. So I see KKR have done a very good job, and they bought good overseas player this time as well. And only problem I see with KKR is they don't have a designated captain. So I'm not
Yeah.
very sure whom they are going to appoint as the captain. It can be Venki Iyer because of the huge price tag that he got, or they can go with an out of the box thought of like going with Ajinkya Rahane, because Rahane has been captaining Mumbai, and he has a very good record as captain as well. Stable headed guy, very experienced. They can go in that path as well, but that will harm their team balance in some way, I believe. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts, captaincy?
That's a very tricky question, actually. I saw the interview of Venki Iyer on the day he was purchased by KKR, that he was ready to accept the challenge of captaincy. But at the same time, I feel I don't know what they're going to do with this, because if you remember, Venki Iyer was mostly used as an impact player last season at KKR. So I don't know
For the
if
last
he,
two seasons, in fact, last
yeah.
2 seasons he has been their
So
impact player only.
that makes me think whether he will take the field as the captain or not. Also, as you mentioned, Rahane is a good option. Rahane has been, in fact, in good touch in the Saeed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. He scored 250s, both close to 200 strike rate. So maybe that's a good choice. But like, do you want to construct an 11 for them, and let's just see how it pans out? Maybe.
Yeah. So I would go with Sunil Narayan and Quinton de Kock as his opening partner. The perfect replacement, I believe, for Phil Salt.
Yes.
And Quinton will keep the wickets as well. Then at number three, I like the guy Ankrish Raghuvanshi last year. He played in for Nitish Rana as Nitish was injured for most part of the last season. And then number four, I'd go with Venki Iyer. He will be my captain as well. Then
Hmm.
at number five, Rinku Singh, Russell at six, and Ramandeep Singh at number seven. Crazy stat about Ramandeep Singh. Ramandeep Singh faced some 64 balls last season and he hit 12 sixes. That is some
Hmm.
crazy stat. And
Absolutely.
then we have number eight. I'd go with Anrik Nokia for the time being. Then Harshit Rana, Varun Chakravarti, and another guy I'd keep is Vaibhav Arora. This is my starting 11, and one of Manish Pandey or Umran Malik or Ajinkya Rahane to come in as a impact sub, or and even Anukul Roy is there. Oh, sorry, Mayank Markande is there. So whoever they want and how the surface performs and on the situation of the game, they can pull in one of these four people.
Exactly the same 11 I also have on paper. I mean, but what I feel is they have overloaded a bit with the top order batters. Like if you see, they have Sunil Narayan, Quinton de Kock, Ankush Raghuvanshi, Ajinkya Rahane, four of potential first 12 players, all of whom need to play in the top three. So one extra player they have for the top three slots. So I mean, I don't know how they will be panning that out. Maybe even a Manish Pandey can come into picture if needed. Let's say they lose 2 or 3 wickets very early, and they need some stability. In that case, they can go for a Manish Pandey as well. Yeah, and I want to talk about certain backups that they have. So in terms of spin bowling, they have Mayank Markande, the leggy as a backup, and they also have a very good all-rounder in Anukul Roy. Anukul Roy was part of KKR for a few seasons, I remember, although he didn't play much, maybe a couple of games here and there, but he's a pretty useful all-rounder. He's like the Jadeja from Bihar. So
I guess this can be the year for Anukul Roy as well, because the 11 that we constructed, if you see, the problem is with the number 7, number 8. Because
exactly,
these two guys, Russell and Ramandeep, they are big hitters, right? But if they get out cheaply, then they don't have much batting left after them. Even to
hmm,
partner with someone like Rinku, or if someone is batting alongside this Russell and Ramandeep.
yeah,
So I believe Anukul Roy can be that guy. He can come in as an impact sub. He can bat eight and bowl a few overs. He's left arm spinner, so that will provide some variety to them as well. He may not
yes,
start in the 11, but he can come in as a impact sub, and that
exactly.
will balance out the 11 beautifully. He can bat, he can bowl, and he's a brilliant fielder. I I remember he was the fielding sub for Mumbai Indians
Mumbai
in the
Indians as well.
2020
Yeah,
season.
yes,
He used to chip in with some great catch or some run out in that season whenever he got a chance to take the field for someone
yes.
else. So I think Anukul Roy, this can be a uh, breakout season for him if they want to play him.
Exactly, exactly. And another guy, the one whom we love, Umran Malik, has been picked by KKR. I hope they do give him some games because he could be a handful on those surfaces. But only if he keeps his length right. Otherwise, he can
I
travel the distance.
I think this is the best that could have happened to Umran Malik in this auction, with Chandrakant Pandit and Bharat Arun as coaches at KKR. I think this is the best move for his career. Even if they don't give him games, but under their coaching, I think he will improve a lot. Also, the given the pace bowling conditions at Eden Gardens, it is going to help him a lot if they play him.
Yeah.
And along with, if they play him in to partner with someone like Andre Nokia,
Anik Nokia.
it's
Oh,
going to
that's a
be
dream combination.
it's going to be a blockbuster show. Means
Yeah,
150K from both the ends at a bouncy surface at Eden Gardens.
yeah.
It's going to
That
be
that
difficult for any batsman in the world.
that just reminds me. Oof, pace is pace, yeah. So
Yes.
that can be a reality at KKR if things go right for Umran Malik as well. So yeah, let's hope that goes out. Uh, and yeah, I think they have got a very good side, of course, as in the 11, and very strong backups as well. They have also Moeen Ali, who can chip in as a spin bowling all-rounder. And the main thing that they always used to kind of struggle is with Andre Russell's fitness. This time they've got it covered with a equally good backup in Rovman Powell, although he doesn't possess the same CV as that of a Russell, but he's still a very impactful player at that role. So all in all, pretty good job.
Yeah,
So how do you? Mhm.
Rahman
Yeah,
Powell is a brilliant hitter. Means if you see his batting, he's very close to Russell. Okay, not as consistent or you can say you can't depend as much on Rahman Powell as Russell, but he has pretty much the same skill set.
Yeah,
And for bowling, I don't think they require the bowling of Russell. Means he can chip in with two overs if required. But with this bowling, like they have Nokia, they have Harshit Rana, who can
Vaibhav
bowl at the
Arora.
death. Vaibhav
Hmm.
Arora can bowl with the new ball
The new
beautifully.
ball. Yes.
They can,
Yes.
and they have the two master spinners in Sunil
Ryan and
Narayan and
Varun.
Varun. If they need, then this guy can also bowl a bit. The captain, Venki Iyer, I think he should bowl a bit to make his case for the Indian 11. Means,
I mean, I
uh,
agree with you. I agree with
I
you on
don't,
that. First,
I don't think they need to put pressure on Andre Russell if because given his injury concerns. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So how much do you want to give them a rating on the basis of their performance in the auction table?
I think, look, as with all of the ratings that we have provided, the not just auction performance, we also take into consideration how their 11s have panned out and how their backups are. So looking at all that, I would definitely give them a 9 out of 10. Definitely, I see them as the one of the teams in the top four according to what they have constructed. So yeah, it's a 9 out of 10 from my side. What about you?
I'd give them a 8.5. The only reason being that seventh batting position where they are kind of they may struggle just like South Africa, which South
Mm.
Africa always does. They don't have that. And
Yes,
another thing is they don't have a proper captain. So not sure who is going to be the captain.
that's
So that is
that's
going to be
something.
a problem going forward because Shreyas Iyer means Shreyas Iyer was a natural captain if you see, but now they don't have any such players in their entire squad. So let's
Do
see
you
what
think?
happens.
Do you think they could give the captaincy to maybe someone like a Rinku Singh or no?
Not sure because I have not seen Rinku Singh captain in not sure about the UP T20 league or something, but not his stateside. He's not the captain. So yeah, it might be a bit of pressure on him because again the role he bats at. Again, last year they spoiled his chances by not giving him enough chances to bat. That was a complete
Exactly.
spoiled sport for him. So again, added responsibility. But one thing I'd say this time, don't tweak that order. You are playing Rinku, he should bat 5 all
Play
the
him in top.
games,
Exactly.
no matter what happens. He will bat
I
number 5. You lose 3 wickets quickly. There are 10, 20 balls to go. Rinku Singh has to bat at 5. Further down,
exactly.
no chance. You are just wasting a player of his caliber, which they did last season, and it cost him the World Cup ticket.
Which
That was
was
very
quite
sad.
unfair.
That was
Very
very
sad.
sad. That guy, that I saw that guy in Bangalore, the last
That
T20 that India played.
partnership
Yeah,
with
that
Rohit
partnership
Sharma.
with Rohit. Yeah, that partnership with Rohit Sharma, they put on 190 in some 15 overs after India was reduced to 22 for 4 in 5 overs in the power play at Chinnaswamy. That guy
Just a
batted
second.
the entire
Just
time.
a second. For the stat nerds, this was India's highest T20I partnership until it was recently broken by Tilak Verma and Sanju Samson. So
Yes.
yeah, go on.
So I thought means he played the entire year. He performed for you. He played some 15, 16 games. He was averaging, okay, T20 is not a game of averages, but he still had an average of 67, maybe because of
Yeah,
the knockouts or anything. He was striking close to 180. He was the perfect finisher at number 6.
yeah,
And he just got dropped because of these combinations, which they didn't need anyways.
yeah.
So they just wasted his potential and cost him the World Cup ticket. So I was very sad with KKR last time, but they went on to win the tournament because of
Win the
the
tournament.
team entirely played means all round the team was very good. But this time I want Rinku to get all the games and he should bat to his full potential. Given there is a World Cup in India in 2 years, the
Yeah,
next T20 World Cup.
26. I agree with you on that. I mean, I do have a bias towards Rinku, but he's a lovely guy. I mean, you have to give that
He,
guy
he is a
love.
player of the masses, you know. It
Yes.
means his attitude, his gameplay is everything. Anyone would
Yeah.
love Rinku Singh. There is no why will you hate a player like that? He bats well, he fields well, he behaves well, he's a
Exactly.
joyful character. Why would you hate him? There is no good reason.
Exactly. exactly, exactly. So all in all, I think KKR is decent. Now, the scores that we gave them, the average like 9 from my side, 8.5 from your side. So if you take out the average, it comes down to like
8.75.
8.75. So I think decent, and I think we are good, and we can move on from Veer to Zara, which is Preeti Zinta's Punjab Kings. So Pratik, what have you got for your one of your favorites, Ricky Ponting? He was the mastermind behind the squad that they constructed. So what are your thoughts? Shreyas Iyer 26.75 crores. I mean, what do you think
That was
about that?
a bit of a rushed buy, I feel, because maybe they have very good relation because Ponting was with DC when Shreyas
Delhi
started his
Capitals.
captaincy career back in 2018, midway when Gambhir left out. So Shreyas was the guy whom Ponting chose to be the captain back then, and Shreyas did very decently for DC. If you see as a captain under Ponting, they reached the playoffs in 2019, uh, which was a unique feat for them as well. If you see their history, then they reached the final in 2020.
Final in
They lost, to,
2020.
they lost
So
out to an almost invincible Mumbai Indians, so that is okay. Then
you
in
can.
21, I feel Shreyas was wrongfully dropped from being the captain because he had a surgery, man. How do you expect him? And when he came back, they didn't. They wanted to continue with Pant, which caused that rift, and Shreyas left out. Then, as a captain, if you see, it is totally justified his high price. But from a batsman skill set, I feel it's way too overpriced for Shreyas Iyer because I don't see him playing for India in T20 format for another 3 years.
Oh,
Because you
that's a big statement. That you
no
heard it
because
here. That's a big statement.
I'll give you why I'm saying that. Because see, Tilak Verma is batting like a dream, and he has been a part of the setup for the last 1.5 years. We always knew Tilak Verma will chip in because he can bowl a bit as well. Plus, he is a lefty, and he plays spin and pace equally well. Okay, he's young, 21 or 22, I think, and he scored some 300s back to back. The first player to do that, achieve that feat. Two against South Africa and one in the Smart.
One in the S mark.
So
Yep.
Tilak Verma is a very strong candidate at number three. If Shubman Gill comes back, then either one of Shubman Gill or Sanju Samson will bat at number three.
Hmm.
Then where does Shreyas Iyer fit? If none of these players come back, if Rishabh Pant comes back, Sky can move to number three and Rishabh bats four. So in no combination, I see Shreyas Iyer as the first 11 starting player. Maybe 3 years back, before to that horrific injury that he got in 2021, he was my captaincy candidate across formats, means at least in the white ball after Virat. But things didn't go well for him.
Yeah,
And
I
also
think
his ability to play pace and bounce has gone down significantly after that surgery. He's a very good batsman in normal conditions, but if the ball starts to behave badly off the pitch in bouncy tracks somewhere like Durban, or you go to Optus
Gabba.
nowadays,
Gabba.
Gabba or an
Optus.
Optus.
Optus this time wasn't so bouncy, but generally
Generally, his
speaking.
Optus is bouncy. So if there is awkward bounce on the wicket, so Shreyas Iyer is not your guy. So I don't see. I'll be honest. I don't see Shreyas Iyer being a part of the Indian T20 setup. So
Hmm.
I, from a batsman point of view, I think it's very. He means the cost went very high. Also, he was very lucky that he was the first player that came into the auction. His serial
Ha,
number was 3 or 4, but as it is a random guy, any one of the six will come in. So he was player
true.
number one to be auctioned. So that is one another thing as well. But yeah, in all, it's okay. It's not a bad decision, but he has to bat well, I believe,
Yeah.
to his potential, which he always had.
For me, I would just say one thing. So we had this conversation about Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant. Okay, prices and everything aside, both needed a captain, so they got one of them, right? But what I felt was if Rishabh Pant had come to Punjab and Iyer had gone to Lucknow, say let's say Lucknow, wherein you have to play the spinners a bit more, that would have been a very good deal. But since it didn't happen. Shreyas Iyer at Punjab, I think, would be better compared to Rishabh Pant in Lucknow.
So that is another problem with Punjab Kings I always have is they don't know where they are going to play their home games. Sometimes they play in Mohali, some games they play at Indore,
Right.
sometimes they play in Dharamshala. They just don't know. Every year they have a new home, or their
And
home
yeah,
matches
that
are
becomes
distributed
very
between.
difficult to construct an 11 when you don't know where you are going to play. You see teams like, let's say, Chennai Super Kings constructing the team based on the Chennai surface, which we know is going to be low and slow on most occasions. So,
Again, funny about Punjab Kings, I just fail to understand why did they release Arshdeep if they had to buy him back at such a hefty price. In fact, I think the bidding stopped because they just wanted to. It was safe for Punjab. They saved some 3-4 crores. If the other teams would have wanted, they we always knew they are going to RTM him.
hmm.
They could have again pulled him because Arshdeep was number two in the auction list means in the series when he came out to be means in the auction. So he could have gone till 21, 22. Why did they
Easy.
release him? He was their prime performer.
I mean,
There is
yeah,
no
that's
logic.
exactly. And even if they had thought, okay, I would get an Arshdeep back at maybe 12 or 13 crores, then what's the point? You still have to give him those 4 crores just because of loyalty, man. You have to build those bridges with your players. Otherwise, you'll never be able to build a proper team culture. I think which has been the problem with Punjab or let's say even a Delhi a few years ago. Now they're starting with having that loyalty kind of a thing with their players, even though they released Pant, which was, I mean, again, a bad choice. But yeah, at least they are still making attempts with that. I mean, yeah, that's the same thing that I expected from Punjab also. Retain players like Arshdeep, plus a local lad. India's one of the primary T20 bowlers. I mean, just second after
He
Bumrah,
just
I would.
won them. He just won us the World Cup, man. He
Yeah,
just won us the World Cup. He was
second
brilliant
highest
in the
wicket
final.
taker. Second highest
Yeah,
wicket taker, if I was not wrong.
yeah.
So
He bowled
how do
brilliantly
you?
to partner with Bumrah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
why do you release him? He recently got the high being the highest wicket taker I think for India. 95 he has. I don't know whether Yuzi Chahal had 95 or 96, but yeah, he's pretty much the top bowler for India in T20 format. Why would you release him? But again, I remember Punjab Kings are always kings of comedy. So
Yeah.
they do they do such things. They can chase down 260 on a day and get out for 100 another day. So you
I
never know
mean,
which Punjab Kings turns up.
yeah, they
Let's see.
have that history of it, but yeah, let's just see how they fared in the auction, right? Let's try to construct their 11, and then we'll talk about a bit about their backups as well. So I have Prab Simran as the opener. Of course, they retained him. He's also the keeper. Alongside, I would have Marcus Stoinis opening. Then I would have Shreyas Iyer, the captain, at number three. Maxwell at 4, Nihal Vadera at 5, Shashank Singh at 6, Harpreet Brar at number 7, and Marco Jansen, who is a decent bat, recently hit a 50 against India in the South Africa India series at number 8. Then the bowling part we've already covered Brar and Jansen. You have Vijay Kumar Vishak, in my opinion, or you can have a Kuldeep Sen, one of the two as one of your bowlers. Then you have the pacey bowler from New Zealand, who is Loki Ferguson, and the other spinner with Harpreet Brar is going to be Yuzi Chahal, who will be, of course, their primary spinner. So that kind of constitutes the 12. They also have other options like Yash Thakur as well. But yeah, primarily this is the 11 that I feel.
You forgot the most important guy, Arshdeep
Oh,
Singh.
oh, didn't I mention Arshdeep? Oh, sorry.
No. Anyways,
Arshdeep,
so
of course.
Arshdeep will play. Of
I
course,
got it
Arshdeep
wrong.
will play. That
Excel.
guy,
I'm good with cricket, but seems I'm bad with Excel. It just got overwritten. That's why
oh,
I was thinking I missed somebody.
yeah.
But anyways,
Also,
so hmm,
also, I'd
uh-huh,
love to see Glenn Maxwell. Glenn Maxwell, I think the first time Glenn Maxwell went so cheap in the auction after 2012, I believe.
yeah,
2012, he was with DC, so it was Delhi Daredevils back then. So now I think it is the first time that he went sub 8 crores, sub 9 crores. In fact, the second best is 9.2, I think, by this no 6 point something by Mumbai Indians in 2013. So 5 crore he went first time. I was very shocked that RCB didn't retain him, given what services he offered them the seasons ago. But
again,
that is again RCB does RCB things, so you can't judge them much. So yeah, Glenn Maxwell at number four. I think they have got one of the best batters in the format, and he's very handy with the off spin. As we mentioned, he is also he can also roll his arm over. So if they want an extra batting option, they can play him. In case they want a Josh Inglis instead of a Loki Ferguson or something, if they want, they can play him as well. So
yeah,
I think I would love to see the old Maxwell back, maybe the one we saw in 2014 or in 2021 for RCB. He was very good for RCB. But
yeah.
let's see what happens.
I think they have a very solid 11, I would say. I mean, they have perfect balance of explosion and solidity, like a guy with Shreyas Iyer who can hold on to the innings as well. So Punjab Kings have done very well, although their retentions were bad with the auction that they had. Even after spending so much on Shreyas, they were able to buy some for quality players. Stoinis, Maxwell, those guys came in at very cheap prices for them. So solid steel deals and a good side overall, and good bowling as well. Also, backups from a backup perspective, they have Praveen Dubey as one of the spin options. From Pacers, they have Yash Thakur, as I already mentioned. Then they have Omar Zai and Bartlett from Australia as a few other options. But I'm excited about the batting options that they have as backups. Mushir Khan, of course, Sarfaraz Khan's younger brother, and Priyan Charya. Priyan Charya, I tell you, this guy has been in terrific form in the Delhi Premier League. Uh, I mean, yeah, he could be a very good opener for them. But yeah, again, it depends on if somebody loses out form. Maybe Stoinis, if he's not able to get the ball rolling at all, maybe then he can come in. Also, for Prab Simran, they have a backup in Vishnu Vinod who can keep. So yeah, all in all, pretty good side. Do you want to add any final comments, or let's just move on to the ratings?
Yeah, we can move to the ratings.
Okay, so I'd go first. I have given the Punjab Kings 9 out of 10. What about you?
Yeah, I'll go with 8.5. I'll deduct some marks because of the lack of opening. Means they don't have proper openers. Means proper explosive openers, the international standards that other teams have. So that is the only point I see. Also, not very sure about the how the conditions pan out. Whether they play in Mullanpur or they go back to play in
You cannot.
Mohali, whatever is their home ground. How is their bowling going to operate? That is another big question mark. So for that, I'd say I'll deduct half a point. Also,
So
UC Chahal is with them, so I think that is a very good thing. That is a very good thing.
yeah, their spin lineup got an upgrade. They had Rahul Chahar, they got UZ I mean,
Use channel, although for a lot big money, but yeah, that's fine.
yeah, but I hope that's worth it for them. And UZ has been a legend of the IPL, so hopefully he'll do well for them as well. So I think that's that. That makes Punjab Kings an average of 8.75. So pretty good. Again, we'll see how it goes for them. So guys, that's all for today. That's the episode. So as you know, 8 teams have already been completed. So the last two teams are Gujarat Titans and the Mumbai Indians. So we'll see you in the next episode. Up until then, have a good day. Hope you like this video, and if you like it, consider subscribing to our channel, and we'll bring you more and more cricket coverage as the days go on. So, peace out till then. Ciao.